Know this about the importance of eating enough. Today I'm addressing the topic of the importance of eating enough. I've been a clinical psychologist for 8 years, and this is what I know. Today I want to talk about one of the basics for mental health or well-being. There are 4 main basics for us to have the best chances of a stable mind. They are sleep, eat, rest, and do. If one of the 4 or all of them are in imbalance, then our mind becomes unstable and we start to struggle with our overall mental well-being. One of the 4 basics is eating enough. Eating enough means to get a sufficient and varied amount of food. I'll often see struggles with eating enough from my clients who are struggling with their mental health. They might be on a restrictive diet, or eat too little during times of stress, or have patterns of over or under eating, or they are eating too simplistic or unvaried. It's not uncommon when people are out of balance mentally that they'll try to fix it somehow they think will work. And too many times I see that they try to fix it by adjusting their diet into either extra healthy or becoming restrictive or simply to just not eat enough. They do so because they hope it will work, but restricting food will only lead to furthering their mental imbalance and furthering their suffering. For the clients I see with overeating behaviors or comfort eating, this can often be led back to the same pattern of trying to restrict their diet too much or be overly focused on food intake as an attempt of a tool to fix mental health. When a client comes to me with a wish to feel better, for me to help them with restoring their mental health or help them get through a tough or stressful period in their life, I always ask about their eating habits. Are you eating enough? Have your eating habits changed recently? What are you eating? Are you eating a normal varied diet, or are there some things you stay away from eating? I ask these questions both for my assessment, but also to take the first step in letting my client know how important eating enough is for their mental health. If they're eating too little, I'll advise them of the research we have that undereating produces depression-like symptoms. That when our body is undernourished, it starts to become a bit like a flashlight low on battery. Our brain powers seem to become more weak, our body becomes more tired. When this happens, our mind will often come to think that it means that we're depressed, and this can cause our mind to initiate feelings of sadness. Our brain is complex, but also simple. It works like a computer and helps us analyze and translate by association and prior experience. It's not unsimilar to what happens when we're ill and thus have low energy and a heavy mind and body. Often then our mind will make the association to us being depressed and we'll start to feel more sad and hopeless. The same effect can be produced with too little eating. As the bodily sensations are the same, heavy mind and heavy body, the effect of sadness and hopelessness can also be connected to the serotonin balance in the brain, where sound research points to that we ingest a metabolite of serotonin through consumption of food. Studies have been done with volunteers who underate just to research the effect of undernutrition. The test subjects quickly developed depressive symptoms along with other more severe psychological symptoms down the road. So, I'll be sure to point out to my client that I believe that low food intake equals depressive symptoms, and that one of the most basic advice I have in my toolbox is eat enough if they want to start feeling better or at least have a chance to do so. I'll let them know that whether we think it's practical or not, our body and mind are connected, and that this also means that what our body faces, so does our mind. So if we're exhausted or in pain, we'll be able to feel it in the mind. It will not go unnoticed. This is actually quite interesting, how we can control the mind in order to feel less pain, which is the used practice these years for pain management. To not make this video 4 hours long, I'll leave this and more about the explanations why and the evolutionary or survival and brain functions and the interconnectedness for a future video. back to eating as one of the basics. We cannot ignore our body's needs without consequences, and one of these consequences are taking out on the mind if we undereat. Another reason for why eating is important for our mental health is that undereating stresses out the body. When we're already struggling with our mind, it's not logical to add more stress by failing to eat sufficiently. Some of my clients have the misconception that losing weight will at least make them feel happy about themselves, or that eating less will make them feel more in control. If this worked, I'm sure I wouldn't be seeing them in my office suffering from mental health struggles. And I know it doesn't work, because this is not how we function. For individuals who typically will have a tendency to diet or wish to lose weight in their normal lives, when they're stressed out, they'll feel more urges to eat or to comfort eat. They'll find it difficult to lose weight, both because of this effect and because of stress. When we're stressed out or distressed or in mental imbalance, our body will try to save us by keeping on our weight. This is done through insulin and cortisol levels. We can further stress the body out by undereating, as not eating enough is stressing the body out. A stressed out body is less likely to lose weight in spite of insufficient eating. So even if the client is undereating, they're not likely to see it on the scales. Therefore, the potential goal or belief that they can achieve a weight loss by undereating will often fail. As such, the dream of becoming happier through an achievement of weight loss is not likely. Plus, seeing this abnormality of not losing weight when they're actually eating less will give them the opposite feeling of control. As humans often seek out control in situations they feel that are out of control, some of my clients might have tried this for a longer duration. They've kept going in order to have the expected result of feelings of control. And this will have cost them, if not more suffering and frustration, then at least maintain their problems with mental health and unstable mind. They'll be frustrated that they're eating little, but that they haven't lost any weight. I see this often with clients who are under stress, and I know it's due to the effects of a stressed out body and our survival system. A stressed out body doesn't like letting go of its reserves. Instead, the undereating will have an effect on their metabolism if they keep it up. Eating less will likely lower their metabolism, causing them to need less food or gain weight from less food going forward. This is clever if you want to save money on your food bill and remain the same weight, but not so clever with regards to managing your mental health. I think this was all we had time for. What was your takeaway from today's video? As always, feel free to take away the information you can use, if any, and leave the rest. Hopefully you found that today's topic made sense and I didn't waste your time. Please subscribe or like this video so my channel can grow. Take care and see you for the next one.